Hello, everyone. Welcome to AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter. I'm Madalyn Skylar. Good to have you here with us for our casual weekly hangout. We're going to talk about helpful AI tips, tricks, and advice, things that will help you work smarter, not harder, when it comes to your business as well as your everyday life. If you're new here, welcome to this. We're live streaming all over social media right now. What I do is I help creators and entrepreneurs get more done with their AI to help boost productivity because it's so easy to get overwhelmed. There's just so many things out there. So I try to just make it a little bit more helpful. And if you need any guidance or help with your digital marketing or your AI, please get in touch so we can see if I can help with you. I do a lot to help businesses when it comes to all of this. And what I'm able to do is provide shortcuts. That's why this is called AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter. I'm able to help those get from point A to point B a lot quicker. This live stream that you're watching right now is brought to you by our AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter Skool community. We continue our discussions outside of this 1 hour chat over there. So there's always things to talk about, things to share and learn. So be sure to join us. Let me show you real quick over and Barb's here. Hey, Barb. So hold on, here we go. This is our Skool community, and we would love to have you come hang out with us there. You can go to skool.com and type in AI Shortcuts to Work Smarter, or use my bit.ly shortcut link that I have right here, bit.ly/Madalyn Skool. Come be a part of our conversation over there. Barb, good to see you. How are you on this day?
I'm doing great. So I'm just excited to get on with my day. Actually, it's Thursday, and every Thursday that is my biggest day of responsibility online. Has been since the 80s, believe it or not.
Wow.
And I've been hit with back-to-back live sessions since 7:45 this morning.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, okay, who's on first? And that's why when I came in to the studio with you, I was still closing out of the other half.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's always an adventure.
Every day's an adventure, that's for sure. But I definitely encourage our community here. If you're not over with us over in Skool, come over there, because there's always interesting things for us to continue the discussion, even though we come here once a week to hang out. Plus, I just opened the doors to another community. I have to have lots of Skool communities. I'm a community builder. It's just in my genes, I guess. But what I just did is I am rebooting a program I used to teach. I talked about it in more detail last week. It's called Video Like a Rock Star. This is a program I've taught where I help people get more comfortable on camera, whether it's for the very popular short format that we do today, or the long format like this, especially with live streaming, the podcast, all the different things. I still see so many people who are not comfortable on camera. And being on camera, like just us hanging out here, there's something so powerful about being able to see people and have a conversation. And podcasting used to be mostly audio, right? And these days, anybody that's a podcaster, they have a video version now, and it's most likely on YouTube. And it's such a thing. People feel more connected when they can see you. I mean, no doubt audio is very powerful. I love old school podcasting, but video is so important, is so great for business, is so great for a lot of things. I'm a big fan of it, and I just know that a lot of people have a hard time getting comfortable. And so what I'm doing starting on Mondays, I'm hosting a 5-day video challenge. By the way, I use AI to help me with these images you see on screen. Used to be I'd have to hire a graphic designer and a lot of back and forth. It was very time consuming, just waiting to get things done. And I just love how AI makes it so much easier for me. But just like on this image here, confidence comes from pressing that record button. And a lot of people are just not comfortable with that very first step, which is just pressing the button. So what I am doing is I am going to be hosting my 5-day video challenge next week, starting on Monday. And the thing is, this is honestly just a go at your own pace. I designed this one next week to be a done together. Let's all do it together rather than you having to do it on your own with no guidance. But you can always do it on your own time. You can do it next week, next month, next year. Doesn't matter. What I'm doing is I'm trying to bring people together for 5 days, Monday through Friday next week, and help facilitate that hurdle to get over where it comes to just pressing the button and doing it. And the thing I do want to mention, because some people are kind of like, well, let me see if this works with my calendar. Let me make sure, and it's like, well, actually, the beauty of this is not a time consuming thing. The way this works is every day next week, I will post a video. Like day one will be Monday. I'll have like a 1-minute video. That's all it is. Like my videos are about 1 minute-ish long, and it's just watch the video, follow the info. It literally can be something that takes you minutes to do. I think the part that's going to take the most time is you pressing the button and being okay with your first take. I mean, if you're going to do lots of takes or you're going to overthink the whole thing, then yeah, it could take a while. But if you just follow the info, super simple and easy. Like day one is actually just get out of your head, because that's the hardest part. And so I'm really excited about relaunching this. And what's so cool about this program is there will be a lot more. This is just the first part of a free 5-day video challenge. I'm going to have other classes, Q&A sessions, all kinds of things. But there will be, for those that want to utilize more AI into anything they're doing with video. I have like a whole workflow when it comes to just brainstorming with my AI just to help me do some videos. There's just a whole lot of different things. So this is just the start. So you can come sign up over on Skool. You can just go to skool.com, type in video like a rock star, or you can just click on the shortcut link there, the bit.ly link, bit.ly/VLAR, stands for video like a rock star, VLAR 5-day, and that'll get you right there. I'm super excited because this was something I really enjoyed teaching years ago, and I see there's still such a need for it. So I'm bringing it back, super excited. So yeah, I want to mention that. Something really interesting happened last week. Do you remember, Barb, last week we were here right now doing this, and in the middle of the live stream, I said, wait a minute, something just popped up on my screen here in StreamYard from Facebook saying that Facebook turned off, my Facebook stream stopped. Do you remember when that happened, Barb? I was like,
yeah, and it just happened to me 2 days ago on my profile, and it was short there, but I had also streamed it live to one of my Facebook pages and as well as to YouTube, and it streamed for the whole session there. And there was no explanation afterwards. Do you want me to check yours from behind?
Well, I'm gonna show y'all what happened, because here's what we were doing a week ago. Doing this live stream right now, just like last week. We're going to my Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. And Barb, we're on your Facebook and YouTube. We were about 38 minutes into this live stream.
Mm-hmm.
And what we were doing is my good friend Jason, who has a very popular social media, Bunsen, Beaker, Bernoulli, and Bricks is dogs and a cat, and he has a huge presence on social media, and he happened to be available while we were live streaming, so he popped up into the live chat, and we were talking about this discussion about how he had a story featured about him and one of his dogs in USA Today. So what I did, because it's a live stream, you never know what we're going to end up talking about at times, is I went and grabbed it and I played the video. It was, just a couple minutes long. Apparently, while I was playing that video, Facebook decided to take down my Facebook stream because it had something to do with, I guess, copyright of what we were watching in real time to watch and react to. And the person that was in the video was in the live chat with us, and we're all like, oh, we want to see this story that you're featured in. So let me show you all what happened after this live stream. I went over to my Facebook, and at the top right there, you'll see in this red, this little stop sign symbol, your video is blocked and can't be viewed by others. I'm like, oh, okay. So they, it's been blocked. And I click on it, and it tells me that this action was applied because of a copyright match. And I'm thinking, what did we do that was such an issue? So I click on details. And it says the segment was 38:22 to 38:59, and then 39:20, 39:30. So basically around the 38-minute mark is when we were watching that USA Today story. And I don't know, is it the music? Are we not allowed to look at this video together as a group? It's public, it's out there. So it lets me know that this was applied by TNT Creative Media. So what that tells me, TNT Creative Media is probably the marketing ad agency for US Today, whatever parent company that is. So it let me know video was made unavailable. So they deleted us while we're in the middle. They didn't give me a chance to do any kind of appeal. Now with YouTube, when something happens with copyright, it'll usually be music. A typical scenario would be I play a TikTok video and there's music that somebody use, that's fine on TikTok, but when I play it in a YouTube live stream, YouTube comes back and says this is a copyright issue, and they give you the opportunity to take the whole video. Like, they don't do it while you're in the middle of live streaming. They wait till afterwards, and then they'll give you these options, and one of them is just to remove that little bit of music. It'll take it, they'll remove it automatically, so you're no longer in a copyright infringement. And it's like, I've never seen it do it like this. Have you, Barb? Because this is really odd. And I'm like, what happened here?
Definitely the music. And in fact, I was in my previous live, one of my live sessions I've been doing on Facebook, since 2014, I think it was, back in the Blab days. The situation is that you can't, music is the one that is the biggest culprit. If there's music in a video that you include in your group or in your live video, music from some other destination, hasn't been approved by Facebook, by Meta, isn't part of they have some media that is actually available through them that you can include, but if it's got music in it, it will flag it right away.
I don't know if there was music. I mean, we were watching a news story. I think it was a 2 or 3 minute news story from USA Today. It was on their website. I found, I think Jason had sent me the link. I found it. I played the video. It was a video of him talking about how his dog saved another dog out in the forest in the snow.
Right.
And maybe they had some background music. I don't remember.
Just the intro. When they go in to start it may be there. I would look at that.
But here's the thing. This tells me AI is what detected this, and I have seen
it's going to be worse.
Yes, it already is. Like, let me tell you, TikTok has gone off the rails with using their AI detection software, because let me give you a scenario. So I've made these little short videos to promote Video Like a Rock Star with the 5-day video challenge coming up. So yesterday, I have this video I made, very short, and just me talking and then me showing my computer screen of like how to sign up. Very simple. I put it on my Madalyn Skylar TikTok. No problem. I didn't think it'd be any problem. I put it on all my socials. No problem. I'm like, oh, I should put this on my Kratom Advocacy TikTok, because I have a lot of followers over there. And, this could be something helpful to people in my community over there that want to get comfortable in video. This program I'm doing next week, it's not for any specific groups or organizations. This is my regular work stuff. This is the kind of things I teach. So I thought, oh, I'm going to take the same video and put it over there. So I did that. TikTok, they didn't take it down, but they said it's not eligible for the For You page. The For You page is the magic of TikTok. If you're in the For You page, then you get seen, and especially when you have a significant amount of followers. So I was like, oh, I'm not getting very many views. Oh, I see why, because they won't put in the For You. So I go to appeal. The appeal came back denied. Let me find it real, because I was like, okay, it's okay in my other TikTok, but it's the AI doing this, and it does this so quick, like it really immediately detects. It's quite impressive, actually, how the AI is so much better now. But let me see if I can grab it real, because it's incredibly frustrating how they keep doing things like this. And see, they're telling me it's restricted. So here was the reason why it got restricted on one TikTok, but the same videos on the other TikTok, and it's not. Reason for ineligibility: unoriginal, low quality, and QR code content. It's not unoriginal. It's something I made. There's no QR code. It's not low quality. So I don't understand. So it gives you like these couple of paragraphs: to maintain positive experience for users, blah, blah, blah. Unoriginal content is content that is just imported or copied from other sources without any new creative edits. Now, what I did is I made the video. It was edited. Did my thing on my phone with my editing software. I uploaded it to my Madalyn Skylar TikTok, no problem, and it's there. It's in the For You, no problem. And then, actually, you know what? Have I checked the For You for that? Let me double check real quick. Maybe no, I didn't see it, because they'll do a notification that they did this too, and I didn't recall seeing that, but let me check real quick. It's just incredibly, see, I had no problem on my Madalyn Skylar one. So it's incredibly frustrating when they do things like this, but it's the AI that's doing it. When you appeal, then you got to wait for an actual human to go look. And many times when I appeal things, the AI has it wrong, so the human will undo it, but not with this one. And I'm thinking, what did I do? All I did was take a video that I already posted on the other TikTok and on my other social media and just put it into this one. So I don't know. AI is getting very sophisticated, but it also gets things wrong. And that's what's incredibly frustrating when you're a content creator, and the AI, YouTube does it too. YouTube, I've had some videos removed, the AI did it, and then you appeal, the human comes back and like, oopsie, and they fix it. Are you running into any of that, Barb?
I'm not, only because I'm avoiding it. I mean, like, one of the rules that I've always had is not to include the music. And it's like when I share with you.
There was no music. There was no music in the stuff I posted.
Excluding external content. I wouldn't have, for me, and because I came from traditional media, and even though we interview with them, they end up owning the copyrights to a story they do about us. So I know that I don't own them,
Yeah.
And it is, unless you have a written contract with them, that you also own it, And
yeah.
So I just don't mess with that. For me personally, but my career has been helping other instructors, other personalities with their communications. And so one of the top things that the staff always looks for is it the copyrights for whatever it is we're doing shared by someone else, and do we have the right to do that?
Okay, but this particular one I put up there's no copyright infringement. There's no music. There's none of that. That's what's incredibly frustrating.
There's no copyright on USA Today? There certainly is.
But I'm talking about this other video I put up separate from that. Like, we already finished that part of the conversation.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about this short video I posted yesterday, and how it's on one of my TikToks, but the other one, they won't put in the For You because it says, it's not original. It's not original. It's like, dude, it's the same video. I just took it, put it on one TikTok, and I turned around and put it on my other TikTok. It's
Maybe
like,
they're viewing the two TikToks
no,
accounts separately.
that's usually not an issue. So the AI did something. And also, when you do the appeal, first of all, I'm sure they're using more of the AI on appeals. I don't think it's always a human, especially something like this, because this one makes no sense. So, but if you don't win your appeal, you're done at TikTok. Like, there's nothing else I can do. Although the Facebook thing I was talking about before, there was no appeal opportunity. There was no nothing. And that's what's incredibly frustrating, because that never happened. It's obvious AI did this because we were in the middle of the stream. So AI took down the live stream we were doing last week because of a USA Today video I was playing that's on their website. It's the power of AI. I want to move on because I have other things for us to talk about. But it's the frustration we can see with AI that this auto detection they're doing in real time is getting very sophisticated, but it doesn't always get it right. And it's frustrating. Oh, hey, Cindy Lou. Good. Cindy Lou, are you going to come join us on screen? We would love to have you. I DM'd you the link earlier. So that I'm glad you're liking the combo. Excellent. So I want to show everybody a new feature I've been playing with over on Magi. If you're not familiar with Magi, it's an all-in-one AI tool that I've been using since it first came out 3 years ago. I'm a huge fan of it. If you're not familiar with it, just go to Magi, gai.co/Madalyn. I even have a great discount offer that I'm able to pass along. What I like about Magi, I still use my ChatGPT. I've been using Claude a little bit, but I like ChatGPT natively. I'm doing more in Magi more recently, but they got this really new feature that I've been trying out. And I'm going to first play a video that Dustin made that shows what this new feature is. I will have the music turned off because there is just some background music playing. And like we were just talking about, the whole music thing can really cause you copyright issues when you're live streaming onto other platforms. But I want y'all to see this really neat feature where you can easily now reference photos, like any kind of photos or images that you use repeatedly in your AI chats. You can just put it up one time. And I'm just going to play the video so y'all can see, because this is really cool. And I've been having a great time playing with it. So there's no music. It's not any exciting music, but it's called References. And I love how he's just doing the example on the video like this. So basically, you put up a video and you can click the little asterisk and name it something. And so now it's saved as a reference. And it makes it a lot easier when you're in these chats. You don't have to keep uploading an image over and over, or for multiple chats. You can just refer to that same image. And it's really, now it's showing how to do it, which is really simple and easy. And in this example, he's using Nano Banana, which I love. I love Nano Banana. You can change the file name for the reference. Like I have some I'm going to show you all in a moment. And then you type your prompt. And when you want to reference it, you put the asterisk, and then it's going to show all the ones you've set up, and you click on the one you want. So you don't have to keep doing this over and over. I really like that a lot. So it's a really interesting feature. I think this is really well. Yeah, exactly. Because when I'm having these chats with AIs, and I was just doing it last week and this week, working on promo stuff for my Video Like a Rockstar, for my 5-day video challenge. Yeah, Cindy Lou, if you can go check your DMs, I sent you the link in there. So, I did. Okay, never mind. I didn't send the link. Sorry. Let me go grab you the link. This is a live show. Y'all know how this works. Let me send her the link so she can come join us. Sorry about that. Okay. I just sent it, Cindy Lou, so hopefully that'll get you in. But isn't that neat, Barb? How, like, what a time saver being able to do that, where you just put it in the one time and you can
Exactly. I like
reuse
that a
it.
lot. We have the projects in Chat GPT, and I'm still using it more than anything. I basically use the others to test. And I think there was like a big news story yesterday, and one of my long time friends on Facebook posted a note, added a post about that topic. And I mean, it was a rather long post that she generated. And I literally copied her post and I attached it. I said, would you analyze this post for me and tell me what's true and not? And ironically, because of that's what I shared, was that news story, it gave me, it was unreal. I thought, I'm never going to tell my friend this, but and flagging it. And I thought, well, Barb, you're actually using AI to ask it about the truth about AI. It's like,
Very meta.
oh no, like, what do we do now? I mean, because I've always, being online as well, just Google it. I'm sure you'll find lots of resources. But now AI is in the Google. It's like,
Right,
no,
right.
give me a human. And I heard my husband in the background saying at the same time, he was on the phone with, I think it was AAA. I'm not sure, but it was some vendor. And he says, please get me a human to use.
Doesn't it drive you nuts when you call a place and
Finding
it's just the AI or the chat
yeah,
bot or whatever, and it's like, and
over and
I've
over
done that
again.
too. I've done that too where I'm yelling,
A
"Give me a
human.
person, give me a human." Oh my gosh. Cindy Lou, it's good to see you. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Can you hear
Great
me?
to see
We
you.
do
Yes.
hear you.
Yay.
So what time is it in New Zealand? I'm sure it's
Uh,
early.
5:33 AM.
Ooh,
Whoa, I'm
you're
up by that time every day.
you're an early bird. Wow. You're not gonna see me up that late
Wow.
though.
I'm
I
sort of an
will
early bird. I had a 3 o'clock class that I missed, but that's okay. I was
yeah.
up for this.
Aw, well, I'm so glad you're here. It's always great
Very.
having you join us and getting your perspective. So I just played this cool
Yeah, I've
video
been
with the new
watching.
feature. Yeah, Magi is is a tool I really love because it is such a helpful and a time saver because I can start a chat, and because it's an all-in-one AI tool, I can start with, say, ChatGPT, and then I can move to Claude in the middle of the chat. Like, you don't have to keep switching. A lot of times what I do is I will be brainstorming in ChatGPT natively, chatgpt.com, and I'll brainstorm stuff, and then I'll take some of the copywriting from there and go plug it into Claude at Magi because I do like how Claude writes. But I've experimented with Claude with brainstorming, not the same. Not even for me personally, not even close to how ChatGPT brainstorms with me. So I just don't ever see myself giving up natively using ChatGPT because at minimum, the brainstorming capabilities I get with it have always been great. It's like having the silent assistant slash business partner slash whatever next to like it's just I can be bound. I get ideas all the time. I'm an idea person. I'll be out walking my dog. I'm like, oh, I have an idea for my 5-day video challenge coming up next week. And I'll just pull up my phone, hit the button, and just talk to it and have great conversations and just help me because I'm the kind of person, I know not everybody's wired the same way. I'm wired where in the old days, before all this technology, if I was just on the phone with someone and I have like this idea, you don't even have to say anything. I used to joke like, you don't say anything, just let me tell you these ideas. And as I talk, I will think up more ideas and I'll like, it's just weird the way I do that, but it's cool. And that's why I love brainstorming with
We are
ChatGPT.
so similar.
It's like I can just get one time when that whole audio feature first started where you can talk to it like a person, one time I did like a 1 hour because it was like idea after day and it's just I was like, this is wild. Like, who would have thought we can have conversations and get help from this AI thing.
I used to think too that we had to like do something with all of those ideas. Where if we talk to a human, we have all of those ideas and we talk to them, and those ideas will just dissipate, the ones that aren't supposed to be actually taken action in. Where in ChatGPT, you find yourself going back, or any other AI one that you're using, you find yourself going back to old conversations going, should I be doing this? Like, it's good and it's bad.
Right.
Because you have this like, I need to do something with this. And then you have this ability to get all of those brainstorming things out of your head. And people who don't constantly brainstorm or come up with ideas maybe can't even relate to what we're saying. But
Right.
I
Right.
feel you, girl. I
I'm
feel
a
you.
constant brainstormer. I've always been this way. It's just always coming up with ideas, but I just want to kind of talk it out, so I'll figure it out as I talk it out. But then with ChatGPT, one of the things I really love about with AI is that it'll help you think of things you didn't think of.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
that I just find that so valuable for
Me
me
too.
and such a time saver. So I'm just a fan of AI, at least with the positive side of it and how it can help us with business, with productivity, with just making life easier overall.
I took a joke, speaking of that, because remember I told you about projects, and so it knows I have one for my ballooning community, and that's all about hot air and gas ballooning. And there was a joke that someone had shared within that community, and it went to Reddit, which was that joke was on Reddit, and it was just, I mean, what, 15K views or something. And so I put that into ChatGPT and I said, please analyze this. And and it used the F word, and I don't mean Frank or Facebook, but it was a situation that, I didn't want any swear words in it, anything that would be derogatory. And so I gave it the criteria, that it would be positive, uplifting, because the bottom line to the joke was very funny. And it was really, like how you could tell a balloon pilot from an insurance person or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was very funny, but it got so confused over that joke. It was the first time I'd ever seen that happen. And in all other episodes, because I have projects, it will say, well, I like what you're doing here, or addressing what you're doing here. We could actually create more posts for your ballooning community or for your live streaming community or whatever, this particularly for those communities. But on that one, on the joke, so I ended up, I said, do you have a sense of humor?
That's funny.
I mean, because I was just so frustrated. And so it just started spewing out jokes. And I was laughing so hard. I said, that's it. Enough Chat GPT for the day.
Right. Oh, man. Very cool. I want to show y'all like what I was playing around with that Magi reference capability to be able to not have, because like I said, when working with this, this 5-day video challenge I'm trying to kick off, I've been, creating some cool images for it. Let me pull up the Skool classroom so I can show y'all what the, hold on one second. Let me just swap out screens real quick so I can show you all what I'm talking about. Now, mind you, you'll see draft stuff on here because, I'm the owner of the site. But these two images on here I created with ChatGPT. Actually, and I'm going to show you all this really cool, my workaround, because I will always find a workaround. The one on the left, I did in ChatGPT. The one on the right, ChatGPT could not get the shirt to be the plain gray, like what you see on the left. It was using the shirt I was wearing that was referenced, that it used as a reference photo. And sometimes it just gets fatigued. Any of the AI tools, sometimes they hit a wall. I have it happen with Nano Banana all the time too. It hit a wall. So I took the image that I was trying, like, just take this and just have the shirt plain gray like this other image. And I did it over in Gemini in Nano Banana, and it got it perfect. So that's what you see on that second image. And it's just so funny because it's like sometimes you got to tweak, sometimes you got to move around. And that's also why I like having Magi, because I have all that flexibility. But sometimes I'll just start like, okay, when ChatGPT doesn't get me what I want, sometimes I'll just go try it over in Gemini, going to the Nano Banana there, and then also try it in Magi and kind of compare, because you're always going to get different results. But, I'm looking at these images. It's like I'm just trying to get an easier workflow, save some time. So let me, before I show y'all how I was playing with the Magi, let me show you, excuse me, since I'm talking about the Nano Banana in Gemini, let me show y'all that first, since I'm discussing it, because it was so funny how I got it to fix that for me. So let me show you on here. All right, so I took it over to Gemini. So this was the image. This was the best I could get from ChatGPT. It's not bad. When I look at it next to the other one, and this is for the classroom section, I wanted more of that consistency. So it's like a totally different shirt. I don't know. I thought it would probably be cooler if it just kind of matched more. So I thought, well, let me try, so what I did is I put that, and then I took the other one, which was this one. So I go into the prompt and I just said, I'm just always very simple with prompts. When I brainstorm with AI, things really get fleshed out more. But if I'm just typing something off the top of my head, they're not always the best. So sometimes it'll take me longer because sometimes AI doesn't understand what I'm trying to say. So it says, take the image with the dark color shirt. I'm keeping this so like general and elementary. Take the dark color shirt and make it gray with no design. Have it match the shirt in the second image. Does that make sense? And it came up with this. I'm like, okay, that's exactly what I wanted. And I was able to do a simple prompt, and it did it. So then I thought, okay, how about we try taking this? It's like, let me keep going. And I really know I should have just stopped, because it's not going to always give you what you want. But I put this image, and again, I was having to re-upload to make sure, with Magi and this new feature, and I'm going to show you all more details of it in a moment, I wouldn't have to keep doing that. And I could actually have done all of this in Magi. I don't know why I went to Gemini first. I should have gone to Magi first, because it probably just would have been easier and simpler. So, I gave it this. I said, well, while I have you, take this image and change the pose. I wanted to see if I could get a better pose. And it came up with this, which was kind of good, but I don't like how my hair got all extra fluffy. I'm like, that's a little much. So I was like, okay, I think this is my sign I should stop, because I don't know. And then I kind of like, okay, well, take the original image and change the pose to a person waving. And it's like, no, okay, I'm done. So I stopped after that. I was like, okay, that's as far as I was going to go with that, over with the Gemini. But let me show you how cool this whole Magi, with having the reference photos saved, so you don't have to keep uploading it when you're in a chat, and how it just makes things so much easier. So that video I had just played for y'all, that Destin had made back on Facebook, showing how that works. What I did is I just started kind of playing around with it a little bit. And again, my prompts are not the best, although Magi has a really cool new feature where it can enhance your prompt for you. And I've showed it here a few weeks back. It's super interesting. But when I tried playing with it for this particular thing, it wasn't really doing what I was wanting it to do. But what I did is I put this photo in and made it a reference photo right here. And I asked it to create me, some variations of this, but without the headphones and without the microphone, and kind of just let it know this would be something I would want to use on my social media. And I was just kind of playing around, really more for just to demonstrate this. and I wanted a variety of poses. Now, what it did, it gave me just one big image and just put a bunch of poses. But actually, I was like, actually, it's a great idea. It's more like a contact sheet. Old school photography, you get the contact sheet of all the little small ones and you pick the ones you want, right? So I'm like, okay, this is good, but there's a major problem here. It couldn't reference how my tattoos are. So it thinks my tattoos are only on one side. So it's like, oh, let me play with the reference feature. So I added in all, and this is something I did in ChatGPT last week when I was working on the stuff for my new video like a rockstar school community. Because yeah, I would have like this reference photo, but it didn't understand the tattoos. I'm like, okay, well, let me give it these others just for reference. So now, because of this new feature in Magi, I put all of these in as reference photos. So now I can easily bring them up at any time. And I'll show you more details of that in a moment. But so I'm like, okay, well, let's take this and now this can reference a tattoo. So what it did, and I guess I didn't explain myself, it basically took like this one here and it created all these poses, which is pretty cool, but that's not what I was thinking. I think I just didn't relay what I wanted well enough. But basically, I could come in here now, and if I put asterisk, there's the one that's in there. That's all you have to do to grab a reference photo is just doing the asterisk and then the name of it. It'll show you the different ones that pop up. So I'm like, okay, I haven't played with it long enough to have a really quicker workflow or demo to show y'all, but this is super easy. I'm going to be playing with it more. And I just can't wait to see how much of a time saver that becomes, just from this new feature that's y'all can see on the screen. Is so easy to do, setting up
having that reference would be a tremendous time savings. I found that we do have that reference though in ChatGPT. You know that, right? We have it, and we can put it in the project because just like this image of me.
Yeah. But I've done that part. So great that you brought that up because yes, in ChatGPT, if you're working in projects, there you can in a folder in a project in the sources. I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
It still hasn't worked properly for me to have it recall it. Yeah. Because I thought, okay, now that I know you can do that in chat, and that's something I learned more recently, is like, oh, okay, now you're limited, at least for my $20 a month account on ChatGPT, you're limited with, I believe it's 20 or 25 sources. So I've put in like transcripts of different, live streams and things I've done. And it's like, yeah, you can only have like a certain amount because it's like, oh, this is building a library. So it can always kind of reference just an overall theme and vibe and information. And it could, I figured like, okay, this could be really helpful, but there is a limit. And it could be for any source, whatever you upload. But yeah, I played around with doing that for the images and I don't feel like it's quite did what I wanted, but with Magi and the way you can do the references, and it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
It's keeping them in. Let me show you all because this is really cool. When I've been playing around with this a little more, let me bring because I'll just go ahead and show you all another chat I did, and then I'll show you how they're stored because that's pretty cool too. So this was another one I was working on. I wanted to take my 5-day video challenge image, keep the elements the same, but use this other headshot, like reference this other one and telling it what size. So basically taking this that I currently have, but I want it to be referenced with this photo just to see like what could it do. So it made this, which is not bad. I'm like, okay, not bad. With the finger pointing, I mean, I'm not smiling, so I wanted it to have me smiling. I just, so then it made this one, but it put Madalyn in up here, and I'm like, no, don't add anything, but it did. It added more stuff, and I was like, just use the Madalyn photo for reference. But it was nice that I could recall those photos. It still didn't follow the directions because it still put my name up here. But here's what's cool. So when you're in Magi, you got your chats, you got your media. So when I click on media, this is going to show me and I'm in a workspace, which is the same thing as a folder. And so I've got these images here. If I click on references, it shows me what in there are the reference photos. So these are the ones I can always recall when I'm in this workspace. Just think of it as a folder. So I haven't used this new feature enough to really feel like how much of a time saver this is. I just know that I'm always trying to do things like this where, gosh, I wish I didn't have to keep uploading these images over and over, you know, no matter which AI I'm in. So I think this is going to be really helpful to have. So I'm excited about that.
Okay.
So let me try doing like an actual live demo of this. Let's do a chat. I'm going to bring up my screen so y'all can see. Because I'm just showing y'all ones I've already done. But so let me recall. Let me see. Let me put in one of my promo images and let's see if it can change it up a bit. So I'm going to put in. I've got this one. Let me see if it'll make it big. Oh, I don't think it's gonna make it big. Anyway, I'm putting in this image I've already created in ChatGPT. Now, what's cool is when you upload an image, that's where you can save it as a reference immediately. See, the little asterisk is here. So let's say I want to make this one of my reference photos for future, so I can just easily start typing in the name of it and it pops up. You click on this for save reference. Okay, so now it's saved as a reference to the library. And then down here underneath at the bottom of it, there's a little edit. So I can change it. It's just going to upload whatever you called it, whatever the file name is. So I'm just going to change it to BLAR for my video, like Rockstar Square. Okay, so that's what I'm going to call it. So in the future, when I'm in any chat, I'm going to put asterisk. And look, there, it's only a few in here, so it immediately pulled it up. But let's say I had a whole bunch in here. I always go BLAR, and it's going to pull up, there you go. So now any future chat in this folder is going to have that. But I was like, well, wait a minute. What can I put up a reference photo and have it used in other workspaces, like other folders? So here's what was interesting. I'm going to have to check in with Dustin on this to see. But okay, so I saw this. I'm like, okay, so that, here's the reference. You click on each one, it gives you the details when you created it, the size, letting you know it's in the collection. So I see this down here, references visible across workspaces. I'm like, yes, that's what I want. So and you can also come in here and change the name of it if you need to. So I've done this where it's set in at the bottom right, reference is visible across workspaces. I'm like, yes, because I have a bunch of different folders, different workspaces. So here's what's interesting. So if I'm off like whatever, doing something else, you come back over here. Oh, now, okay. I stand corrected. So earlier when I was playing with this and doing my own private demo, it wasn't saving this as a reference. So this means if I go and do this somewhere else, let's see, let's try this out. Let's do I need to change the workspace. I don't see the thing to change the workspace in here. Okay, so I'm going to do it. Where's the workspace? There's a way to change your hold on. I got to see where that's at. I'm not sure. Because I have it set to let me do it right inside a chat without having to manually go into the account section and go do it. But let me see if I can manually do this. See if this is going to work. Okay. Yes. Let's see. I just changed folders and it did save these references. So that's good. So when I tried it earlier, it didn't do it. It wasn't saving them. So I thought, okay, let me remember to go ask Dustin about this because this is the version 3, which is the newer version. I believe it's still in beta. I'm not 100% sure if it's still in beta or out of beta. But I thought it was a little bug, but I guess it was just a hiccup when I did it because now it's fine. And so basically it took these 2 images and it carried it over here because I checked this off, references visible across workspaces. So to me, that's going to save me even more time because I have a lot of different workspaces I work within.
Such a great feature.
Yeah.
That is great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. So I'm going to keep playing with it, and as I learn more and have good use cases, I'll share it here. But it's a new feature, and I really just started playing with it. So I just wanted to share it because I'm like, what perfect timing with me having that feature because of this new program I'm working on. And it's like, gosh, I wish I didn't have to keep uploading these videos. I mean, images every time. Like, can't it save it and remember it and use it as a reference? So super thrilled about that. As always, this hour goes so fast. I was going to close out with, or go ahead, Cindy.
I was creating last night. So much of this is overlap. I was creating last night in Gamma, and I got super frustrated because I asked them to change the color, and I thought it would lock in. I thought it would lock in, but it didn't. Like, they created the next set after I asked them to change the color, and then it went back to the old color, and then I had to ask for them to change it again, the new ones, and then they charged me per image to change it. And I was just like, ooh, that's just rough. So I'm trying to decide now, do I want to stay with this or not? Like, I get that they charge per image now,
Right.
but I didn't know at the time. And so I was creating, not knowing, and using up my credits like crazy.
Yeah.
And I just blew through my credits for the month in
Oh man.
no time.
Did you reach out to their customer support just to?
I did, but because it was working within the parameters of the system and the way the system's designed to work, they're not going to give me any credits back. I'm just like, you would have made a really happy customer to just give me a few credits. Like, hello.
Exactly.
And now I'm thinking, do I just want a refund or do I want to actually
right
with it? You know,
I love Gamma. Is such a time saver, but when you but with these AI tools, because I have a great example that's so similar. It's not Gamma, but these tools, they're not perfect. They can have issues, and you're not always aware, like all the inner workings, right? So I had a very similar experience several months back with Descript. Now, Descript is a video editing software platform, and it's an online, you don't have to download anything. It's just all online. Now, I've used Descript in the past before, but I've actually been using Camtasia for about, I don't know, like 15 years, I think. So I mean, I've been with them a long time. I love, you get used to a video editing software platform, and like, it's hard to use something else. But so many people rave about Descript, especially because they were the first, and I remember this a long time ago, probably 8 or 9 years ago, they were the first one to come up with a way that if you can edit and copy and paste on a Word doc, you could do your videos that way over in Descript, because they came up with this way where you upload your video to edit, it brings up the entire transcript, and you can edit that transcript. It looks like a Word doc, right? And you can edit, and instead of having to old school editing, which I love old school editing, where you find your spots, you cut, you do this, you trim. It was like a whole new way to do this. That's like anybody could do it. I'm like, so I've always liked that, but I've always just done their free account. I typically stick with Camtasia, but last year they came up with their whole AI addition to Descript, and it's called Underlord. I remember, like, Underlord, who came up with that name? So when it was in beta, I was keeping a watchful eye, and I have friends that use it and love it and rave about it. And it's like, yeah, you can just upload your video that needs editing, and you just go into their AI and you just tell it what you want. I'm like, I don't think it could be that simple and easy. It's like, really? So I played enough of the free version where you could do a little bit of the AI. I'm like, it is kind of cool, but it's not perfect. And I think technically it was still in beta. It might still be in beta. Who knows? So sure enough, Black Friday what was it, November? They were doing a big sale. I'm like, I should do this. So I took advantage of their big Black Friday sale, set up an annual account, paid annual account, because I want that Underlord and I want to play with this more. I'm like, because one of my friends is like, oh yeah, for my podcast, I upload the video and like in 20 minutes, I have a fully edited video. I'm like multi-camera and everything. I'm like, I would love for it to just do the multi-camera automatically. Like how amazing. Like a typical podcast where it's like it shows the person
Yeah.
talking, then it goes to the other person talking. I'm like, when you try to do that manually, I was doing some of that manually in Camtasia. I'm like, it's a nightmare and it's so time consuming. So I do this. So like the first one, I'm all gung ho and can't wait to have it do all this. It used up my month's worth of credits on the first, I wasn't even using it that long. And I'm just like, "Well, I don't know how this works. So let me ask it this. Let me ask it this." And no, okay, close, but like you did. It's not the right YouTube size for YouTube video. Like all these little things, and it's like, oh, you're using credits every time you're doing everything. I blew through them so quick, so I used up my month's worth. And I was still working on this project. And I'm like, I just want to get this one video, but this is a sign that if I'm on one video over the course of a month, I've already used up the credit. I mean, it's my fault. I didn't know what I was doing. Apparently, but I did use ChatGPT to help me work on good prompts. I'm like, explaining, okay, I need help prompting in Camtasia's Underlord because I don't want to use up all my credits. And ChatGPT was very helpful. But you also come to learn that, Descripts Underlord is like, other people have had issues with it too. So it's like, it's not always, the AIs are not always perfect. So it was a lot of back and forth. And then I used up the credits. And then I'm like, I'm still in the middle of this. I'm like, but I want to finish this. I feel like I'm getting there. So I paid to top off the account so I could have more credits. I'm like, and it was not cheap. It was like $80. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I know. And I'm like telling myself, but when you're in it, you want to get it
Right.
done. It's
You
like,
just want to get it done.
I feel like I'm going to get there. I felt like I was maybe 3/4, maybe 2/3. Like I was over that halfway hump. And I'm like, but it's not quite, because I'm just too picky, right? So I'm like, it's not quite there. And one of the things it kept doing that drove me nuts is that it kept adding transitions in between every cut, and it'd be like hundreds of them. And I'm like, I said I said I just want jump cuts. And it could not understand that no matter how many different ways I worded that. It would drive me nuts. So I'm like, I don't think this is worth it for me. I think I'd rather just keep using Camtasia, put me and the guest side by side, plain, no frills. I don't think anybody cares anyway. I'm trying to I wanted to look really professional and jump cut back and forth to the people talking. It's like, I'm sure there's a way to make this work well in Descript, but I'm too impatient and I was too new at it. And I was like, so I haven't used it much, but I've been kind of trying. I'm like, well, I've already paid for a year. You get so many credits every month. Plus I have the extra credits I topped off that apparently I still have in addition to that. I guess you don't lose it until you use it. I'm like, well, for $80, yeah, you shouldn't lose it until you use it up. So I played around with a little more, but real simple things. Like I'll put in this live stream and say, I did one a while back. It was about a month ago. We had the whole thing talking about whisper flow because they had just added Android, and we did a whole segment on it. And I'm like, let me upload it to Descript and tell Underlord, just pull out the parts talking about whisper flow. And I gave it some info. And it did a pretty good job. I still had to go, because I'm a picky person and I'm a perfectionist, I still went through it and did some manual editing. But overall, okay, that wasn't bad. But I think for a much longer, 1 hour interview, and you want jump cuts back and forth, but it keeps putting transitions and doesn't understand how to not put transitions, even though you default your account to not have it do transitions. It's like, yeah, it's just not, for me personally, it's just not quite there. So I understand your frustrations in you, Lou, because I love how AI makes things so much easier for us, but it also can be a nightmare.
Yeah. And trying to talk to the customer help, and knowing in the back of my mind that the first 20 back and forths were with AI and I hadn't gotten to the human yet.
Oh, it's frustrating.
But not really. But the AI was so good at responding and kind of anticipating what might be coming next. Like they've trained it very well. I'm like, oh, And then I got to the human and they kept cutting and pasting their responses. So I was getting the exact same response, like to the question, even though I'd changed it a little bit. So I had to accuse it of being AI. And then that person actually started like, no, I'm real. I'm like, well, then stop cutting and pasting and like actually look at what, like, hear
Wow.
me. Let me know I'm heard. And
Yeah.
she did. So she, he, they did. So I'm still undecided. I have about 24 hours to decide, maybe 48 hours to decide and still get a refund because you get within, I mean, because I blew through my free ones and then I was like, I was enjoying it. So I bought the year and then went to finish it. And it was when I bought the year and I looked at, okay, I have 1,000 credits. So I looked at it and I watched them go down like chunks as did each image. And I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder I blew through the other credits. I didn't even know how many I started with. Like that's on me, right? Like you gotta know the cost of learning. We all learn.
There's a cost to
differently.
learning.
There's a cost to learning. And, I'll probably keep it for the year and be a little more, do a little less with it than I would have maybe, but we'll see. I get 1,000 credits a month, so we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know as the year progresses because I now have my studio set up. I'm using Ecamm to go live. I've got my Rodecaster. I've got my Stream Deck XL. So, girl, we got things to talk about.
Well, I mean, I'm a fan of Gamma. I like it. I use the free account. I'm not on a paid account. Because I've talked about it enough and people have, I've gotten the thing where, hey, if you use my link, you get so many extra credits and then it'll give me some extra credits. And I talked about it so much last year because I was like, oh, I'm going to pay for this, but I kept getting credits. And I'm like, oh, well, whenever I run out of credits, let me show it on the screen for those that aren't familiar.
And that's what I was doing. But then I blew through my credits last night.
Yeah, it depends on like the project you're working on and like the kind of things you're doing. But I mean, I've set up some really great websites and presentations using this, and I really like it. I haven't used it for a ton of stuff, but I was definitely planning to have a paid account for this. If I was going to just keep using it at the level I thought I was going to, because it just the way the AI works with this is really, but it's great hearing stories like what you're telling us because these platforms are not always perfect. I haven't used it enough to run into major issues. I just know the things I have created have been, it's like, wow, that would have taken way longer, especially like a presentation or a little one-pager website. I mean, it's like, it's pretty amazing.
Well, and if I had asked, you actually asked them what should be when you make a big change like that, super important to ask the AI that you're working with, what is the prompt I need to feed you to make sure that you stay in this vein? So like, because I had recolored the background, right? And so I wanted all of the images to have that new color background. I assumed that would stick once I asked it to do that, but it didn't. And I needed to have that as part of the prompt every new addition so that it would have kept that and then it wouldn't have cost me all the extra. So knowing what to do and how to prompt is key.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I think that's one of the parts that's kind of more challenging because all these tools are different with how they work and it's figuring out how do you that's why when I was using Descript, I thought I saw some people because I went and watched a bunch of videos and trying to learn all about it. And people said, it's all about the way you prompt. So I thought, well, let me have ChatGPT. I said, explain Descript. Like, do you know what Descript? Oh yeah, and I went over to his website and showed it and in Atlas. And I was like, okay, so I need your help in making sure I'm doing the right prompts so I don't use up all my credits. But, I mean, I definitely, if people want to check out Gamma, I definitely encourage checking it out for free. It's a cool platform. But is it something worth paying for? It just depends on what your needs are, and just be aware of these credits. Magi does like a lot of these platforms use a credit system. That's a very common thing with AI. Our ChatGPT and Claude do too. It's just we usually don't use them all up. They don't always give you the specifics like how many credits are left. I haven't ever seen that with ChatGPT on my paid account, but on Magi, at any time it'll show you, where you're at and what's left until you reset for the month. But thank you for sharing all that with us on Gamma, and keep us posted on how that goes for you. And if you just find overall it's still worth you having because of the value you get out of it. It's hard when we get frustrated with it, right?
It is.
Because when I had that big issue with Descript, I didn't go back to it for months. I'm like, I'm done with you. It's like, damn you, Descript. I paid all this money and I'm just so, but then it's like, okay, maybe I need to change my approach. Instead of let's upload an hour-long video and try to have it do a whole production, let's just upload something and give it a very specific task, a short, easy. And I thought, just tell it to go through and find the part when we're talking about whisper flow. Let's make a little whisper flow video. Let's take this long format and make a short video about whisper flow. And I was impressed. I'm like, okay, live and learn.
Live and learn. That's our thing.
Exactly. I just noticed while we were live here that Claude has an update. It's been 4.6, but they just updated today to Claude Opus 4.7. And it says it's the most capable Opus model yet. So I'm sure we'll be hearing more about that in the coming days. I mean, the Opus 4.6 is really good. I'm super impressed with it. And the Sonnet 4.6. The Opus 4.6 is more for the deep thinking, but interesting that they just they're bumping it up. And the beauty with Magi, when you have a Magi account, Dustin is always updating these based on what these platforms are doing. So I imagine, knowing him, he'll probably have the Opus 4.7 available later today or tomorrow, because it's usually added pretty quickly. But keep in mind, when you get these newer high-powered ones, they're going to take a lot more credits, a lot more. So always keep that in mind. Always a great chat with you all. It's always so great hanging out and having these awesome discussions. And Cindy Lou, I'm so glad you're able to join us from the other side of the world so early in the morning there.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Good to have you.
Yeah, well, we're always here. That's our regular Thursday thing. I think that's it for today. We'll be back next Thursday to do it again. Come join us in our Skool community where we keep these discussions going. Over at Skool.com, you can type in AI shortcuts to work smarter, or use my bit.ly link there, bit.ly/Madalyn Skool. So come hang out there. And then if you want to join my other Skool community for my upcoming 5-day video challenge that starts next week, go over to Skool and type in video like a rock star, or my bit.ly link, bit.ly. I love bit.ly. VLAR stands for video like a rock star, VLAR 5-day. That'll get you right in there. And it is a non-fancy, no frills 5-day challenge. It's not some big class. It's not, oh, you got to watch an hour-long video. It's literally to get people motivated to start making short little videos, simple and easy on your phone, to just get you in that, to not let something hold you back any longer from making videos. Most people say they just aren't comfortable being on camera. They don't like how they look or sound or this or that. It's like, sometimes it just takes that little nudge and being around other people going through the same thing and having that cheerleader by your side. That's me. Every day next week, it's just a quick little 1-minute video, 1-minute-ish video, just to kind of get you motivated. Here's the thing for you to do today. And you can literally just do it in minutes. Make a quick little video. And it's just, post it in our private community. You don't have to post it on your social media. Not everybody's ready to do that yet. So yeah, I'm excited. Old program I used to teach. I'm excited about relaunching it. So come hang out with us in Skool and meet other people that are getting inspired and confident on camera as well. So there you have it.
It was your promos for that got me back to thinking about, I'm ready to come back and start being with them again. I should definitely contact her.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I'm gonna go check out your other
Cool.
community.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be great. I just love helping people when it comes to just, getting more comfortable on camera. When I did this program years ago, I love doing it. And the only reason why I stopped because, life changes sometimes around the blue, and I ended up going back home to take care of my parents, my dad briefly, but mostly just going back taking care of my mom. And it was just too much trying to be her in-home caregiver and then trying to keep a lot of this work stuff going. So I had to pare down a lot of my work stuff. And I spent the whole year, 2018, I came up with the whole Video Like Rockstar, did it as a part mastermind, part class. It was really cool. But, it's really awesome how with AI, with how much better social media has gotten, how we have these great communities like Skool we can use. Back then when I had the program, it was Thinkific for the classroom and a private Facebook group for the community. And instead, we're on Skool. Go to Video Like a Rockstar, go to skool.com, go to Video Like a Rockstar, and it's all in one. The classroom is where my short little 1-minute videos will be for each day. You can do it at your own pace. You don't have to do it on the 5 days we're there. It's just if you want to do it as a done with you type of program, then come join us next week on the 5 days. And it's not like a live. What I am going to do as a live feature is I am going to do like a daily check-in. I did create all the images you see on here. I did create in AI, which I'm pretty proud of. They came out pretty good. But yeah, each day I'll do like a real short 30-minute live check-in and Q&A, but I'm going to record it. So it'll be available in the community, and it's a private community. The only people that can see anything are
And
those.
you're using the live that is actually included with that platform, right?
Yes.
And excellent thing about that is that folks should know that it actually does create a transcript too from that.
It sure does. Yeah.
It helps you as far as content beyond that to create additional posts in your group afterwards. So I really like that.
I do too. I love that they Skool for the community owner. You can get the transcript and you can download the video. They immediately get when you record inside Skool. So think of it like having a live Zoom for your community. So it's great for a private community like this. And I can even get a downloadable copy if I do want to put it on social media, but or YouTube or whatever. But this won't be. This is all strictly for the community here. But yeah, I like that I can do like a little, here I am for 30 minutes if anybody's here. I mean, look, I just started this Skool community. There's 0 people. Like we all started 0. Please remember, all of us. Okay. So it's not like there's a ton of people in there, but if anybody wants to pop in, it's like, I'm going to make myself available, answer questions and just check in. And I'll definitely have things to talk about. But the way I look at it is I will be recording it. So now this is content that somebody can watch at their convenience. And this is just building this program. So that way, when I do another 5-day video challenge, I already have like a whole ton of content all set up. So, but I thought about just going back to teaching this live because I really enjoy doing that. People like to be in a program where you do things together as a group, because you don't feel so alone. And I will have, other more advanced classes in there, especially incorporating AI. Because like I said earlier, I mean, I incorporate AI into every aspect of this for brainstorming, for workflows, for images, for everything. And AI makes it like back when I first did this program in 2018, it took way longer to set it up, way longer to go get the graphics made. Like AI makes this so much easier. And I love being a solopreneur. I love I'm not against having teams and groups and stuff, but I really just I'm always coming up with ideas and then I go execute. And then I go do another idea and execute. I love how I do this. And AI makes it so much easier. So much.
Yeah. It's all good. Madalyn, how long have you and I have known each other since back in the the
Long
music
time.
days. Long time before that.
Yeah.
Were you on Blab with us?
I don't think you and I were on Blab together, but I was using Blab ever since it came out. I was in there a lot. And for those that don't know, it
I
was
was there
live
every
streaming.
day, pretty much, and a lot of those videos are coming up now this time of year because when it left, we were all in a state of shock, needless to say, because it was so abrupt. But I don't remember seeing you, so we must have been at a
Yeah,
different time of
I
day.
wasn't doing the music stuff of that. So when Blab came out, that was when I was getting more widely known for teaching Twitter and social media and stuff. Because even
College.
though I've always done that for the last 21 years now, uh, I was just more known in the indie music world, but not so much outside of that. So actually in 2015, I made it my goal to like expand that to get, because I was looking at the Maury Smiths, the Kim Garst, the all those big names. And I'm like, I have a lot of knowledge too. It's just I'm in this niche. So, and I definitely broke out of that and got really well known and was speaking on stages with them, within a year, which was pretty amazing. I did not expect that to happen so quick. But, so when Blab came out, I was already around all those. My very first Blab, I still remember it was, oh, I'm blanking on their name. So it was these three ladies, very big at the time in the digital marketing space, and they had a really popular Twitter chat. And I used to go to, and they didn't really know me yet. Not everybody knew me yet in that circle.
Yeah.
And I still can remember Blab came out, and they're like, so we're on the Twitter chat, and I'm like, let's all go move and try this new Blab. So Blab was like this, but for those that don't know, if you could have like Brady Bunch, we called it 4 on the screen. You could have up to 4 people, and we called it Brady Bunch style. There's 3 of them. So what they did is they tried out Blab. So I'm like, I want to watch this. And they always had the one empty seat. So they kept rotating and inviting different people from the chat to come up there. So I'm watching, I can still remember where it's always those things like you remember where you were and what you're doing. So I'm on my laptop. I remember sitting in my recliner watching this. I remember it was a little late, maybe like 5 or 6 in the PM. I mean, it was later in the day. And a seat opened up. I'm like, they don't know me, but I should try that. I think they knew who I was, but they didn't know. I wasn't in with these people, with all this group yet, all the big names in social media and digital market. So I'm like, let me just do it. I was so scared. So I popped in. I wish I can remember. I'll think of their names because they were real popular back then. So I'm in there with them, and I was just wowed. And but Blab was so different from anything we had back then. And so everybody was just blown away. So I think like the next day I went and did my own Blab, and I hosted it for 2 hours. I've seen it pop up in my Facebook memories. I hosted I didn't know what I was going to, I'm like, let me just turn this on and just go. And I ended up doing it for like 2 hours, and people rotated in and out the whole time. And because it was new, a lot of the big digital marketing people popped in. So it was a great way for me to get them to get to know me. And it was cool. It was really, really cool. It was fun.
Yeah. I remember the morning when Joel Comm and Michael Stelzner and it was like, I was in Pacific time at that moment. And Michael I recognized him from our mastermind back in 2006 with Maury Smith. And he was in California, and we're on the same time, and he was wanting to meet with Joel. He was supposed to come in, and I'm at my resort property, and I'm just out lounging in my in the living room, and Michael Stelzer starts talking to me, and I reminded him of our mastermind with Madalyn, or not Madalyn, with Maury. And he was, he was just blown away at that, what happened when I said, you got to see the props come up. If you remember, we would like we are now in the studio, there would be people watching us, like say in the studio is what it would be an aspect of. I mean, we had to share it out to go beyond that. But we talk about graphics and so forth, but the props, which were people's hands that came up across when people were talking, it was just crazy. And he was totally blown away by that. And
Yeah.
we all have to start somewhere. I don't care what your name is. I had
Absolutely.
the director of the CIA in one of mine was going out because of Pops, because of the gentleman I was taking care of and his story from the White House. I met a lot of people in federal government that way because they too, and that's something not to forget, because they're out there, they have to learn those tools.
Yeah.
And it was just revolutionary. And I
Yeah,
just
for
think
sure.
that's what made the difference in this live video. And like you say, I mean, even here, Madalyn, we need to strive to have at least 4 people every time. I think it goes wild after I really miss Bez for sure.
Yeah.
Them
I'm
coming
fine
in.
with however many people. I'm fine with just
Yeah.
1 or 2. Like, I thought I was gonna be solo today because nobody was here when I was ready to start. But I like bringing people together no matter who's
Yes.
available and if
Yes.
there's time and if they can make it in their schedule. And, I I think it's just great to be able to use live video like this to bring people together. And
Absolutely.
Blab Blab was when we could finally have more than one, because prior to Blab, I was using Ustream, and I
Uh-huh.
was live streaming music shows that I put on, and it was amazing because the live chat, just being able to have that live chat, but
Mhm.
it was just one person on screen, and then once Blab came around and being able to have up to 4 people on screen, it was a game changer. And then, I wish it
Major.
I wish it lasted longer, but then Periscope came out, and then you had Meerkat. It
Mhm.
was Meerkat, then Periscope,
Oh,
then
yeah.
Facebook Live. I remember that progression. Meerkat was amazing when that was new. And when you're on these platforms when they're brand new, you can really get people's attention. That's the other thing too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I need to
This
run. This was a
brings back
great
too.
chat as always. Great going down memory lane talking about these old platforms. But thank y'all so much for hanging out, and thanks to those watching
Thank
live.
you.
And we'll see y'all here next Thursday.
Sounds good.
Bye, y'all. Bye, Cindy Lou. I'm so glad you were here.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all soon.